I, Major Delwar, retired from Bangladesh Army honorably, having served for many years at home in different important positions, including at United Nations peacekeeping mission in Bosnia. I was a well-known good officer with very good academic and training records. While in Army, I also played important role in Army software and systems development. Now, a Canadian citizen running software business, also worked at many prominent companies across the United States as senior software engineer. I left Bangladesh on my own will due to corruption and oppression of fascist government in Bangladesh. And now I speak on behalf of oppressed people of Bangladesh to bring back democracy and voting rights of people as I see it my responsibility as Bangladeshi and a Canadian citizen. I am not alone in this. There are 160 million oppressed Bangladeshi people, and most of the patriot members of the Bangladeshi armed forces with me. India nakedly helped establish fascism in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is under fascist Sheikh Hasina government since last 12 years, where people have no voting rights and no freedom of speech. Unprecedented corruption prevailing in Bangladesh under this fascist government, where pretty much all banks have been emptied, including a big chunk of Federal Reserve. New York Times, Washington Post, and other popular media already highlighted on fascism in Bangladesh, and famous journalist Mehdi Hassan compared this fascist Hasina with North Korea's fascist president Kim Jong-un and Syria's Bashar al-Assad in Oxford University interview. There is no opposition political party, and Bangladesh is under one-party autocratic rule. Country's judicial system has been destroyed, and law enforcing agencies like police, rapid action battalion, and border security force have been used to kidnap and kill people randomly. Bangladesh fascist government continued a harsh crackdown to suppress those that disagree or are critical of the ruling Awami League. These included members and supporters of the political opposition, journalists, prominent members of civil society, as well as students and even school children. Number of women and minors being raped is higher than total number of rape cases in previous 38 years prior to this fascist government took over. And most of the accused rapists are the goons of this government. Opposition political parties have been decimated and destroyed by brutal fascism. Rather, one-person fascist rule of Sheikh Hasina with the help of RAW and India, to be more precise. All institutions are being destroyed. Country's judicial system has been destroyed, and former Chief Justice S.K. Sinha was forced to resign and literally kicked out of the country by DGFI under direction of fascist Prime Minister Hasina, which has been narrated by former Chief Justice himself on his memoir, A Broken Dream. Digital Security Act have been passed to criminalize free expression. Meanwhile, thousands continue to face charges for their social media commentary. Human Rights Watch, a New York-based NGO, has described RAB as a Bangladeshi government death squad. Adhikar, a Dhaka-based human rights organization, reported at least 3,000 people lost their lives in extrajudicial killing between January 2009 and May 2020 in Bangladesh. Over 1,000 people have been killed, followed by disappearance. India implanted puppet government in Bangladesh, not allowing people to vote. That was self-confessed by former Indian President Pranab Mukherjee in his memoir, The Coalition Years. India trained Awami League goons on disappearance and killing of people in Bangladesh. India pushed about 3 million illegal Indians into Bangladesh and absorbed them into Bangladesh police and other government sectors, and also into business sectors like garments, railway contracts, power plants, etc., who earns over 10 to 12 billion US dollar each year and sends them to India without paying tax in Bangladesh. India has been working secretly destroying Bangladesh economy. Indian economy is in complete disarray, where their GDP fell to minus 32%, and they started selling gold from Federal Reserve. India is at the verge of collapse. There are a lot other bilateral issues like Farah Barrage, Tista water sharing, corridor linking eastern provinces of India through Bangladesh, etc., where India takes all advantages from Bangladesh but gives nothing in return. Whereas current unemployment rate is very high in Bangladesh itself. In social media live video, I asked Bangladesh government to oust all illegal immigrants of India and place unemployed Bangladeshi men and women in their place, which is very valid nationalistic demand. It has nothing to do with any religion. Just like any other Western countries are implementing stronger immigration process, and no country allows illegal immigrants. Bangladesh is one of the most secular countries in the world where people of all religion lives together in harmony. In my live videos, I equally appreciated patriotic Hindus and Muslims and equally blamed Muslims and Hindus traitors who are working against the interest of Bangladesh, which any country would do. And Indian media is spreading lies and putting false color of racism and extremism in their media. Whereas India is the most communal country in the world. They are persecuting Muslims, Christians, and low caste Muslim Hindus in the name of CAA and NRC. Their Indian government sponsored terrorist organizations like RSS and ISKCON, who lynch Muslims for eating beef every other day, whereas India is the largest beef exporter in the world. India is a rising fascist and Nazi force. Therefore, it is also helping the fascist government to oppress Bangladeshi people. India Prime Minister Modi is notoriously known murderer of over 2,000 Muslims in Gujarat in 2002, which is known as Gujarat pogrom. In 1984, over 8,000 Sikhs were killed in anti-Sikh riots. Over 200 Muslims were killed and over 2,300 were arrested, and lots of homes and businesses were burned in February and March this year in Delhi by RSS Hindu terrorists and Indian police under the direct instruction from Modi. 57 Bangladeshi army officers have been killed by the conspiracy of Sheikh Hasina government and India in 2009. Thereafter, several other army officers have been killed and jailed on false accusations. Recently, Major retired Sinha was killed by RAW. RAW sponsored one of the most corrupt Bangladeshi police officer, Pradeep. Pradeep was a drug lord being a police officer and killed over 200 innocent civilians prior to killing Sinha. Patriot Bangladesh armed forces will not sit and watch quietly anymore. If this fascist government does not stand down and set country free, allowing a free and fair election to bring back democracy. There are a lot other patriotic Bangladeshis and scholars talking about Indian conspiracy on Bangladesh, but India is afraid of my speech because I'm an ex-military officer. An entire patriotic Bangladesh armed forces and Bangladeshis are with me in this. India is afraid of Bangladesh army because of its capability and strength, and Bangladesh army being one of the strongest army in the region. They tried to destroy Bangladesh armed forces several times, but failed miserably. Therefore, I ask Indian media to stop spreading lies and nasty propaganda. You don't have the courage and power to fight, so you resort to propaganda. Propaganda is a work of weak, feeble, and cowards. You can never win if you don't have a good and righteous cause. Bangladesh and Bangladeshis have righteous cause, and we shall win. All Indian neighbors have left Indian alliance due to India's big brotherly aggressive attitude and meddling into internal affairs of neighboring countries. I ask again all illegal Indians to get out of Bangladesh, and I ask India and its goon RAW to stop messing with internal affairs of Bangladesh. I ask all Bangladeshis to be prepared to rise against Indian aggression and all Indian collaborators in Bangladesh whenever I give a clarion call. I urge again all hostile intelligence services personnel to stop interfering in Bangladesh internal affairs, stop killing, abduction of innocent people within our territories and along the border, and get the hell out of Bangladesh when you have time. Otherwise, all of you will be sorted out and Appropriate action will be taken as per law of the land by patriotic people and all institution and disciplined forces of Bangladesh. But we categorically say we want good relationship with all as our foreign policy suggests. And we want friendship with all and malice to none, provided you stop interference in our peace-loving Bangladesh. We have talked again in United Nations peacekeeping according to the latest statistics. If we can maintain peace in the world, definitely we can maintain peace in our beloved motherland too. So I urge whole world to allow us to remain at peace, independent and democratic as we are the foremost nation who have consistently delivered peace around the world. We think we deserve it and capable to maintain in our country too. Thank you all. Stay with oppressed and against oppressors around the world. Let there be peace everywhere in the world. Beloved Bangladeshis, remain firm, disciplined, confident for peace, freedom and justice, and remain ready, if need be, to tear down fascist government if it does not change its course like 1971 to protect our very dear independence and democracy. May Bangladesh remain independent and democratic forever. Thank you.